after the murder of a Loyola University student in Chicago, allegedly by a migrant who was in the country illegally. The debate around migrant sanctuary cities and policies continues. Sheridan Gorman, 18 years old of Yorktown Heights, New York, was murdered in Chicago last Thursday. A Venezuelan national was charged. Now, during the swearing-in of Oklahoma U.S. Senator Markwayne Mullin as the new Department of Homeland Security Secretary Tuesday, President Donald Trump explained the tragedy.
On Thursday, a precious 18-year-old college student named Sheridan Gorman was shot and killed while she was walking in a park. She was just walking into the park, didn't do anything. The illegal alien monster charged with Sheridan's brutal murder had come illegally from Venezuela and been released into our country by Sleepy Joe Biden. But he was then arrested and released again by Democrat governor, a real slob of a governor, J.B. Pritzker, in the sanctuary city of Chicago, which we could make safe in 2 months, I would say. 2 months if we sent in the group.
Now, Chicago is a migrant sanctuary city with a so-called welcoming ordinance and other policies in city and county and state government prohibiting local law enforcement, including jailers, from cooperating with federal immigration officials. Now, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker, the president just referenced, he told reporters at the state capitol in Springfield, Illinois, Tuesday that Trump's administration is partly to blame.
Well, this has been a terrible tragedy, and I know that the Gorman family has suffered mightily. I agree, there have been real failures. Those failures, of course, extend beyond the borders of Illinois. They're national failures, a failure to have comprehensive immigration reform, a failure of the president to follow his own edict to go after the worst of the worst.
Have you tried to speak with Sheridan's parents? If so, what did they say? If not, why not?
Well, first of all, I wanted to give them time to grieve, but I have reached out to local officials who have talked to them to express my condolences, my wife's condolences as well. We'll, at the appropriate time, certainly speak directly with them.
Now, Illinois Republicans said Pritzker is showing his true colors. Illinois House Minority Leader Tony McCombie said no one believes that Trump is to blame for Biden's open border that let this criminal in, or for Pritzker's failed sanctuary state and soft-on-crime policies that attract illegal immigrants here to Illinois. Stop passing the blame, McCombie said. It is within your authority to fix the problem, Governor. She says that various policies from Illinois' Trust Act and other migrant sanctuary policies make things worse. Other Republicans from Illinois at the state capitol Tuesday also reacting from both the House and Senate.
Governor Pritzker is the first one to go to other communities to talk about the tragedies that supposedly take place there when he wants to point his finger at our law enforcement community. But where's the outrage in Illinois? Once again, another person senselessly murdered on the streets of Illinois.
Have you had enough yet? Have you had enough of the deadly consequences of Governor Pritzker's failed policies? And now the chaos inside the city hall is spilling into the open. The mayor's deputy mayor for public safety was fired and now is sounding the alarm on what we all knew all along. Brandon Johnson's administration is openly anti-police.
These incidents are not just isolated to Chicago. Former Virginia Attorney General Jason Miyares joined a family of Stephanie Minter at the Virginia State Capitol Tuesday, calling for policy changes following her killing in Fairfax County. The Center Square's Shirlene Guerrero reports Minter was fatally stabbed at a bus stop. Police have identified the suspect, who's been charged with second-degree murder in the case, and they say the suspect was in the United States illegally and had more than 30 prior arrests. The Department of Homeland Security also said immigration authorities had previously lodged a detainer order against him. Minter's mother, Cheryl, called for changes to prevent similar cases. She said changes have to happen. It's just got to. In Philadelphia, the Center Square regional editor Kristen Smith reports residents there expressed both support and opposition for migrant sanctuary policies during a recent Pittsburgh City Council meeting.
My name is Mark McKean. I live in the 9th Ward. I believe in the rule of law. I don't believe in council, who is the legislative branch of the city, making laws that people should ignore. And council should not do that either as it pertains to federal immigration law. There's a difference between illegal immigration and legal immigration. What I see that you council people are doing is a quasi sanctuary city legislation. And I'm not for that. And most Americans are not. So you can sit there and drink your lattes and embrace your San Francisco buddies, but that shouldn't happen here in Pittsburgh, because most of us believe in the rule of law.
I'm Holly Hickling. I'm from East Carnegie. I wasn't planning on speaking today, but I've suddenly felt a little bit inspired. I wanted to thank the council people who are bringing forward the immigrant protection legislation. Very excited about that. I'm the executive director of the Global Switchboard. We're a human rights organization, and
So from Chicago to Pittsburgh and now Phoenix, you have Arizona State Senator John Kavanaugh criticizing the city of Phoenix on its resolution restricting federal immigration enforcement. Kavanaugh told the Center Square contributor Zachary Schmidt that Phoenix's resolution limiting U.S. immigration and customs enforcement operations in the city is, quote, illegal and grandstanding virtue signaling. On Wednesday afternoon, the Phoenix City Council will vote on a resolution requiring federal law enforcement to obtain the city's approval before conducting law enforcement activity. That meeting is set for 2:30 Mountain Time and will live stream at phoenix.gov. That resolution says that law enforcement not to cooperate with and help federal immigration authorities, and that's something that the Center Square will continue to watch.